Hello there, it's your friend Phil, Project Management Trainer and Coach. Today we're going to take a look at a few mock exam questions. Now, before we do that, I just want you to know that we have some great on-demand coaching on Praizion.com. So if you go to Praizion.com, as soon as you get to that page, check out the on-demand coaching that is out there. Just click on that link and that will take you to the page where the on-demand 10 hours, actually it's 12 hours of superb coaching, and you can subscribe to that. We also have an audio version, an audio download. So for those of you who like putting audio on your phone, follow that link. It'll take you to our payloads page and you can get the on-demand audio coaching. If you don't want the video and you prefer to get the audio, you can get that. And you can also get a couple other items here. One on the project management plan. It goes over all the details of what is in the project management plan for 1 hour. And we also have what are project documents. So both of these two, they are great for you to understand page 89. If I were you, I would grab those. All right, so let's get into what we are talking about today. The mock exam. So I've got a few questions here. Spoiler alert though, if you're one of our students and you are going to take the mock exam, you may not want to watch this. Okay, this is for people who are not taking our PMP mock exam just yet, and hopefully when they do, they may not encounter these questions. But let's take a look at this one. It says, your firm has been awarded a project to design an inexpensive cutting-edge alternative fuel. This will involve several cross-functional and external teams joining throughout the project. When is the best time for a stakeholder analysis to be performed under these circumstances? And those are your options. We're going to make these an A, B, C, and D just to clarify what's what. A, B, C, and D. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes and we'll see where you stand with your answer. Go for it. All right, waiting. All right, let's stop the clock. And the answer to this is not D, because that would be developing the project charter, right? So the answer to this is not D, because that would be pre-project charter, right? So LOI and business case, that alludes to the development of the project charter. That is not when you do a stakeholder analysis. What about C? When creating the stakeholder management plan, really it means stakeholder engagement plan, but again, that would not be the best time because you need to analyze your stakeholders before you plan for them. So C would not be the best option. B states when updating the stakeholder list. The stakeholder list is part of the project charter. So you don't necessarily update that aspect of the project charter or the project charter in general. So that is not the best option. The issue log could be updated in many places, but it's definitely not done in initiating. And initiating is the best time for stakeholder analysis before you get into planning, right? You want to know who your stakeholders are before you plan. So again, this is too far in the project. So this is too early. This is too late. Option C is too late. Option B is too late. And option A, it states when reviewing procurement documents and the charter. So what do they mean by that? Well, you would have to open up the PMBOK guide and take a look at chapter 13, 13.1. And when you get to 13.1, just take a look at what exactly is going in. So when you are reviewing procurement documents and reviewing the charter, that alludes to 13.1. And that is actually the best time for you to do your stakeholder analysis. See? So when it mentions these procurement documents, just bear in mind that it's talking about any existing documents, and these could be of a contractual nature. So in 13.1, when you take a look at the breakdown of what goes in to identify stakeholders, you see agreements, see? And on page 510, it says the parties of an agreement are project stakeholders. The agreement can contain references to additional stakeholders. So that's about the closest you get to having a project charter and some sort of procurement document. And in this case, the closest to that would be agreements. Everything else is great, but they are either done too late or too early. Now, remember that these processes or these points in time, we still do a stakeholder analysis subsequently, but the best time for you to perform it first, okay, in this scenario, because it says this will involve several cross-functional and external teams. That should ring a bell. Oh, external teams, procurement, you see. So the best option is A. I know it's a little bit of a long-winded explanation, but you got to know your processes and you need to know what you're doing in each one. Okay. So talking about the LOI and business case, that is done in Develop Project Charter. That disqualified that. When creating a stakeholder management plan, and let's forgive the language, you should say engagement plan if it were really sensible, so you can kind of guess, But nonetheless, that would be too late. Updating the stakeholder list, which is Develop Project Charter, and you do not update it, but updating the issue log would be too late, and that would be done in other processes. And lastly, when reviewing procurement documents and the charter, that would be the best, because you want to do this before the project advances, this project, before it advances in earnest. All right, I hope that helped you. And don't forget, check out the Praizion.com page. And I look forward to seeing you in another video. Bye for now.